Raw soul.
Nothing but the best of independent soul, funk, hip hop, 24/7, 365 days of the year. So keep it locked.
The latest hits and the biggest songs. Represent all day.
More music, more soul, raw soul.
Raw Soul Radio Live.
The Raw Soul Radio Live. More music, more soul, raw soul.
Raw Soul Radio Live.
Raw Soul Radio Live. More music, more soul, raw soul.
Raw Soul Radio.
Raw Soul Radio Live.
Raw Soul Radio Live. More music, more soul, raw soul.
Hi, this is Selah Avery, the Queen of Worship Soul, and you're listening to the home of independent music on Raw Soul Radio Live. More music, more soul, raw soul.
Hi, this is recording artist Quentin Moore, and you're listening to Raw Soul Radio Live. More music, more soul, raw soul.
So good to hear T-Smooth play. Don't wanna stop, no. I love the sound. I don't wanna stop listening. Feels so good to hear T-Smooth playing. I don't wanna stop, no. I love the sound.
Hey there, this is Faith Hope, and I am chilling to the sounds of my boy T-Smooth and the Smooth Cabin Experience. Come hang out with me for a little bit, alright? One love.
Hi, this is Rena Chanel. You're listening to the smooth sounds and the smooth vibes inside the Smooth Cabin with your gentleman of soul, T-Smooth.
Hey, what's up? This is your girl Gwendolyn Collins, a.k.a. The Storyteller, and I love hanging out with T-Smooth.
I do.
Why? Because the sun is shining,
yes it is,
and the mood is right. So join me in the Smooth Cabin tonight.
Join me.
The sun is shining,
yes it is,
and the mood is right. Join me in the Smooth Cabin tonight.
Sometimes it's funny how you think that you will never find your way through life. You think you're meant to merely survive, forever only dreaming of the things that others seem to have, like peace of mind and real love, the kind of love that stands the test of time. Oh, Sometimes
T-Smooth,
when you
give it to
least
me.
expect it, life will turn your world to turn it around. From rags to riches, bitter to sweet, even turn it upside down. One thing you surely can depend on: when in need, call Jesus. He'll hear and always answer your every call. Let his love and mercy fill your heart from day to day. He will guide you, stand right beside you. Lift your hands, reach out to him. Open your heart and let him in. He says, choose me. Choose me. Choose me. Come on, people, now and choose me. Why don't you choose me? Choose me. I promise my love will never fade. Open up your heart and know that he loves you so. In perfect harmony.
Good evening, good afternoon, good day, and welcome. Start another edition of The Smooth Cabin right here on rawsoulradiolive.com. I'm your host, T Smooth. And what a show we've got in line for you today. Joining us this evening, we'll have the lovely Krishawna. Will tell us about her musical journey, her brand new project, and more. We'll also be joined at the top of the hour by Miss the songstress herself, Meli'sa Morgan. Indeed. Super excited about the show this evening. Plenty of smooth grooves coming your way. Don't forget the 3 from 1 and Horizontal Zone to come in the next couple of hours. But as I always say, tell a friend to tell a friend, spread the love. There's enough musical love to go around. We're live on all the W's, rawsoulradiolive.com. We're live on T-Smooth's Mixcloud and YouTube. We're live on Raw Soul's Facebook page, live on apple.com, Twitch, and all the other platforms. So you know you've got multiple choices to join the Smooth Cabin with my guests today on Raw Soul Radio Live. And as we always do, we kick off a little something like this. From the album Black Radio 3, the sounds of Robert Glasper. And he says we just got to shine. Come on, it's the Smooth Cabin.
I can feel the love in here. My inner space got constellations. And all those inner conversations, they help me to shine. 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 They help me to shine. Shine. So shine. Shine. They help me to shine.
Picture the world after the wilderness no longer exists. Picture me with no filter. Picture we see the rainbow as evidence that the storm was only meant to wash away the hurt, certainly not destroy. Picture divine vines growing on side abandoned buildings. Picture choosing a road less traveled, abandoned millions. Picture standing on top of hills and projecting your brilliance. Picture we started old and slowly became more like children. Picture me as the tadpole started off as the frog. Picture me as the channel that started off as a blog. Picture me as the whisper that started off as a yell. Picture only offering heaven, although they give you hell. Like, picture that, scripture that. Picture that brilliant sister from Sister Act that gave us the miseducation, found those who missed the map and gave them hope just one more again. Picture that extra lap, that's love.
I can feel the love in here. Yes, I can, yeah. Why in a space got constellations? And all those in a conversation, they help me to shine. Yeah, shine. Ooh, shine. They help me to shine.
That's what we're meant to do.
Yes, we are.
Me and you. Listen. Let's go again.
They help me to shine.
Picture me flying over the city. Picture me with a beauty whose soul is equally pretty. Picture me with a ruby that's redder than cherry stems. Picture me with a choir full of herds that's singing hymns. Picture having action at Califax, we heating up. Picture even with your voice trembling, speaking up. Picture dropping a ladder for all of those who reaching up. Picture every time we searching for answers, we seeking up. Picture every finger pointed, conjoining to form a fist. Picture every time you pray that heaven gladly forms a list. Picture baddie carrying Jamaican patties, blowing kisses. Picture gravity wasn't a factor, now picture me lifted. Picture skies. Picture trees, picture too many flowers, too many leaves. Picture you and me for hours doing whatever we please. Picture giving self-love deeper than seas. Reach.
I can feel the love in here, and it feels so. Why in a space got constellations? Ooh, yeah. And all those in a conversation.
You gotta talk to yourself like you in love.
They help me to shine.
With yourself.
Hold yourself a little tight.
That's how you shine.
What a beautiful day we had over the capital today. Let's hope it continues. You know, this UK is wherever it's like. It never promises to stay with us for too long. Even though we had thunderstorms last night, the sun still shone through today.
Yeah.
Robert Glasper, shine.
Picture me glowing. Picture my intuition guiding me. Picture me knowing. Picture me dripping. Picture me giving. Picture me showing.
I'm going to say good evening to the early cabineers.
Picture me in a low switches and bending corners. Picture me in a white tee.
Adrian, the Triple C Flow Radio family, I see you. Good evening, going out to Val Pacino. How you, my brother? Long time. Craig T. Dobson. Lovely to have your ears, have your eyes. Sister Khalees Miller. Good evening and welcome, my precious. Brother Glow. How you doing, family? My neighbor.
Much better than great. I'm living super.
As I said, spread the word, share the love. T Smooth, Smooth Cabin.
Let it ride out.
We've got Krishawna, or Krishawna, in the green room, waiting patiently to join us live and direct inside the Smooth Cabin. So go on, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell your uncle. Draw them all in. Krishawna is in the house. Gonna say good evening again to my Raw Soul family. And also many, many, many congratulations going out to all the Blackout Award winners. We went to a prestigious ceremony on Sunday. What a night, what an evening. No, folks, I didn't win. But I won with love. I love the fact that you actually got me nominated for a second year. But the work continues. We're going to bring in Krishawna in a few minutes. We're going to play a couple more tracks and we're going to bring her inside the cabin of smoothness with myself, T Smooth.
Hey, this is your girl Krishawna, and you're locked in to the Gentleman of Soul, T Smooth, inside the Smooth Cabin and the home of horizontal niceness.
She had that absolutely on point and correct. Horizontal niceness, but that comes later on in the show. But in the meanwhile, Robert Intumi Owens. And he says, don't give up. Whatever your dreams, whatever your aspirations, keep following them. Do it today. Tomorrow's never promised. Procrastination's not allowed inside the Smooth Cabin.
Prouder, 'cause I've been running all around and everywhere. And baby,
oh my God.
I know that you've been seeking someone else,
wanna stop going around saying, why can't I see the writings on the wall? Ooh, yeah. 'Cause after all we've been through, baby, our love can't take another fall. Oh, and I got one more question for you. Is there a second chance for us? 'Cause the best day of my life was the day that I met you. And baby, don't wanna be a fool, baby, baby. Don't give up, don't give up. Oh, baby, 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 baby. Don't give up, don't give up. 'Cause he can't do the things I do. So tell me what I gotta do. Oh, baby, to get next to you. Don't give up on our love. Oh, so tell me what I gotta do. Baby, to get next to you. Don't give up on our love, baby. Don't give up, don't give up.
I hope you've got yourselves comfortable. Your glasses are chilled and filled. Right after the next track, we're going to bring in the lovely Krishawna inside the Smooth Cabin. But before we do that, I want you to tap your toes, shake your shoulders, nod your heads. Brand new sounds of Miss Gwen Barner. She says too many things. Never too many things inside the Smooth Cabin. Raw Soul Radio Live. T-Smooth. And you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen and ladies. It brings me great pleasure to bring to you and introduce to you the lovely lady by the name of Krishawna. We've got to say, oh, hold on. Make sure I can hear the young lady. Always smoothly puts these headphones in. Otherwise, we won't be hearing a thing. Krishawna. Let me see. Can I get it in? 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
And I can hear you now. Good evening, Krishawna, and welcome to Raw Soul and T Smooth Cabin. It's a pleasure to have your company.
Thank you. You know what? On your end, it keeps going in and out a little bit.
Oh, hold on a sec. We can remedy that by giving it a little bit of volume and putting my microphone in the right position.
See.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Yes, now I can hear you.
That's much better. Yeah, I'm hitting the sweet spot, as they said.
Yes.
Welcome inside the Smooth Cabin once again. It's a
I'm happy to be here.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me, T Smooth.
It's my absolute pleasure. I just had to reach out to you after featuring your album a few weeks ago, the second offering, as a 3 from 1 of my show. A couple of
wow, thank you.
You're more than welcome. And first and foremost, introduce yourself to everybody that's listening. Let them know who you are, where you are.
Say that again.
Introduce the crowd to the listeners to where you are located at the
Oh,
moment.
hey, everybody, I'm Krishawna, and I'm in the Twin Cities.
The Twin Cities with Sacramento.
Oh, well, I'm originally from Sacramento, California. Right now, I'm currently residing in the Twin Cities.
Now, you have to explain to us Londoners, what's the Twin Cities?
Uh-huh.
Where's the Twin Cities?
Oh, it's in Minnesota.
Minnesota.
So,
okay.
yeah, Minneapolis, St. Paul area.
Oh, I've got you.
Yeah.
Give myself a little bit more volume here. And a little bit more volume here.
Oh, I apologize. No, I couldn't hear you.
You can't hear. I can hear you, but I'm thinking that you're not hearing me.
Yeah.
Okay, first, Krishawna, tell us about you. How did you, I know you've got 2 albums out now. You had Full Disclosure came out last year.
Yes.
I think it was around about the same time as you've released this album. Almost a year
between
the 2 albums. Am I correct?
Exactly. I released Full Disclosure in 2021, March 1st, and I actually released Second Offering March 1st as well, 2022. Wow. Exactly a year apart.
You've been busy during lockdown, I take it.
Yes, I have.
So tell us, what led you into your musical career?
You know, since I was a kid, I've always been attracted to music. I've been attracted to music, period, and dance. I've always been attracted to the entertainment of the arts, being creative. So since I was a child, I think that it was a part of me, especially because I come from a family of artists and singers. Like my mom, she is a minister of music at her church. And so I would always go with her and see her ministry and performances and things like that. So I learned early.
Wow. So indoctrinated into the musical career from a toddler.
Exactly.
It always amazes me that on the US side, how a lot of the singers actually are inspired by parents and going to church. And then stepping up to the next phase, which is, going up, taking the career out of it. So it's really, really inspirational to see that process going on there. So I'm saying, let's talk about your albums. Can I touch on your first album, Second Offering, first and foremost?
Yes.
And I know that reading your profiles and stuff, that album had a meaning for you when you brought it out. Could you tell us a little bit about that first album, please?
Ooh, I'm still missing a little bit of what you're saying. I think.
Tell us the story behind your first album, Second Offering.
Oh, okay. So Second Offering is basically it's a follow-up to my first album, Full Disclosure. So in Full Disclosure, I was kind of coming into my way and just feeling myself and what I wanted to represent and what I wanted to produce. And so after doing Full Disclosure, I kind of had a pretty solid idea of what I wanted to say. So what I did was I used my Second Offering album to say everything that I wanted to say. Because in Full Disclosure, I felt like I played it just a tiny bit safe. But in Second Offering, I made it a point to be very intentional about the things I wanted to say. I wanted to really, truly tell you the things that are on my heart, whether it's, hard or happy or soft, but the content in Second Offering is really gripping. So there's a little bit of everything in there.
Yeah, the story I've been listening to the two albums back to back over the last couple of days, and I have to
Say that
say that
again.
I've been listening to your albums over the last couple of days,
Uh-huh.
trying to take in the lyrics on the tunes that you got in the two albums, and you can tell there's a story going on between Second Offering and Full
Yes.
Disclosure, and I'm thinking that it's coming from your journey with your church and your journey now. You might be
Yes.
filling the gaps in between the church and the now.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yes. So you're absolutely right. Full disclosure definitely takes you on a journey of my life in church, and then just my life in reality every day. Because obviously, most people, you don't go to church every day, but you do live life every day, and you do experience life every day. So um, because of that, it inspires me, and it helps me to be able to create content that I think would relate to others. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Did you find that during this COVID lockdown period, it gave you the opportunity to focus more on the writing for these songs?
Yes, I did. It did. Actually, I think, obviously COVID, happening was a true tragedy. However, sometimes in life we just have to learn how to take the good with the bad. And so for me, with this second offering album, it did actually allow me time to be able to really process and think about what I wanted to write and what I wanted to say to the listeners. So it was a positive for sure
Hmm.
for me.
Absolutely. So, did you have a specific creative process for your two albums?
Yes. So basically, how I go about writing music is I meet with my producer, number one, and we have a discussion in regard to like what it is that I want to say or what I want to portray or what I want to talk about. And I'll listen to a lot of different tracks, or I'll even listen to things online. And really, the music speaks to me. So whatever inspires me immediately, lyrics will just start to come, and I'll just start first to write in my head before I actually write on a piece of paper. And I'll start formulating what I want to say. And like again, for the second offering album, I just want it to be really gritty. I want it to be really, really raw and really personal. I wanted to give my listeners a deeper look inside of me, because in full disclosure, it was really more so on the surface, more of an introduction of who Krishawna is. And second offering was like, your second plate of food. Now I'm really letting you dive deep into, my head, my heart, my thoughts.
It's like first date, second date.
Yes, exactly.
I love it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And my next question that's coming into my head is who inspires you musically?
Who inspires me?
Mm.
You know what? The funny thing is not one person. There are so many people that inspire me. I think the person who inspires me the most is my mother. And I say that because, in life, I've watched my mom go through so many different things. My mom was a single mother. I didn't have the fortunate privilege and opportunity of having two parents in the home all my life. So I feel like seeing my mom go through the things that she went through, and then just doing her best to raise myself and my siblings, that's what inspired me. And through those journeys of, being with my mom, uh, it brought about content in me even as a child that I didn't really understand. But as I'm an adult now, and things that I've experienced, it helped me to have a better understanding. So because of those things, I feel like it's helped me to be a better writer. So I would have to say that my mother is one person that is a huge inspiration in my life. No, she's not the only one, but as far as like the standout inspiration that comes to mind first is my mom. She's a
No,
strong woman.
I gotta ask you. You see, when you've written your tracks and stuff, do you sing them to your mum first, or do you get her here once the album's been released? Does mum get the first listening?
Usually my mom, she is one of the first. Obviously, after my producer, music rep, she's one of the first people to hear. And I'm always like, mom, can you listen to this? I want you to hear this. What do you think? And my mom is obviously from the church background. My mom was real old school. So, sometimes she's like, I don't know if you want to say that, and I'm like, I really want to say that, Mom. So, so yeah, she is one of the first people to hear it. But one thing about my mom, she is a great support system for me. I really appreciate her. She backs me in whatever I decide to do, as long as it's good. Obviously I'm an adult now, but she does. She's a strong support in my life, and I'm grateful for her.
So I'm going to ask you, what comes first, the music or the lyrics? Or the lyrics, then the music?
It's truthfully, it could be one of the or other. It really depends on how strong the music is. So if the music is really, really strong, that's what hits me first, and then the lyrics will come. But sometimes I could be walking down the street, or I could be taking a drive, or I could be having a conversation with someone, just like how we're having a conversation right now. And maybe something you might say, something I might see might inspire me, and I'll just start writing. Or, I gotta have a certain feeling for the day, and I'll just start writing. And then, like, if I write and then I have some melodies in my head, I'll bring it to my music rep, and I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this? And we'll talk about it. And then, he'll do his thing, and then we'll kind of go from there. So really, with that one, it can go either way.
You must be fun to work with in a creative process. Before we finish the show, I want to be able to inspire you to write something around this interview.
You want to inspire?
I'm going to try my best to inspire you to write something, and then say, "Oh,
yeah,
Smooth inspired me
yes,
to do that."
Yes.
I've got to ask, when you're not singing, what's your favorite thing to do?
You probably are not going to believe it, but when I am not singing or writing or recording, my favorite thing to do is to be at home with my family, doing nothing.
I hear you. There's no place like home place. The best place to play. Do you actually play any instruments yourself?
You know what? The first instrument that I learned how to play when I was in school was a clarinet, and I learned it decent enough to do well in my class. I would say after I got out of elementary school, I never really picked it up again. The funny story about that is that when I picked the clarinet, I was really wanting to play the flute because I liked the way that it looked. So I picked the wrong instrument, thinking it was the other name. But I have dibbled and dabbled with piano a little bit, but not enough to put on my resume. My voice is my main instrument.
Main instrument, absolutely.
Yes.
The blessed instrument that's been given to
Thank you so much. See, T Smooth. See, keep them coming. Keep coming.
I've got to ask you, since the first album, have you actually performed live in any venues there? And if not, where would you? What's your favorite venue, and where would you like to be performing?
You know what? I can't say that I have a favorite venue. Well, you know what? Let me fix that. I have performed since the record has come out. Actually, my first performance since the record came out was for the Global Soul Takeover, and that was at Finsbury Park at the Night Owl in London. Yes.
I was gonna say,
yes. So that.
How did I miss that?
I know. How did you miss that? We did advertising and stuff, but don't worry, I'm coming back. Okay. So I have to say, you know what? I don't really have a favorite place, but if I had to choose one from the most recent, it would be the Night Owl at Finsbury Park for the Global Soul Takeover. When I was there, I had so much fun. I mean, the crowd was amazing. Everyone that put it on, they were just phenomenal. And I had a great time, and I felt so loved and so embraced. It was so nice to come to a place where you haven't met anybody yet, but they met you through your music first. And so when you really get to see them, they just show you so much love, and I felt so much love. So I would have to say a recent time, Finsbury Park at the Night Owl in London was my favorite place to perform.
So I've got to ask you, what is your favorite song that you like to perform? Have you got a song that you
my favorite song off of my album, or my favorite song what?
Well, I was going to put it into two parts. Off one of your albums and outside of your album.
Okay. One of my favorites. Oh, it's so hard to choose. Because I'm partial to them all, obviously. But probably my most favorite song on my Second Offering album would be Jealous. And from my Full Disclosure album, my most favorite song is Surrender. Yeah. And then outside of my albums, one of my most favorite songs, and see, even that's hard too, because I feel like I'm a big music junkie. I love listening to all kinds of artists and all kinds of music. But if I had to choose one, let me see the first one that comes, off the top of my head right now. Oh, it's tough. T Smooth, you kind of got me in a jam, but I got something. I would probably say it would be any song off of Jasmine Sullivan's album, off of Hotels. I believe she's actually touring right now, but any song off the Jasmine Sullivan album, I love. I love.
Lovely. So I'm going to ask another tough question. If you had a choice, the current crop that's out at the moment, who would you love to collaborate with if you had the opportunity?
Say that one more time.
If you had the opportunity, who would you love to collaborate with the crop that's out there doing it at the moment?
Oh, that's out right now?
Yeah.
You probably aren't going to believe this either. Now, when I say this, you're probably not. If I had an opportunity to collaborate with somebody right now, I'd probably say Snoop Dogg.
Wow.
I love Snoop.
I was not expecting that one.
I know you weren't.
Wow, that is wow. You mean actually performing or more on the production side?
Performing. I would love to do both.
Snoop, if you're listening, Snoop, if you're listening.
Snoop, if you're listening, if you see this, which I'm sure you will, get at me.
Definitely make sure. I'm gonna pump it out there, make sure he sees it. Snoop.
Yes. I've loved Snoop Dogg since I was a little girl. Yes.
They say I've got a brother. When they see him on the road, he looks like Snoop.
Really?
All he has to do is grow the locks. So I'm going to ask you, Krishawna, what is next? What's next for you? What you got for us in the future? When are
What's
you
next?
When you coming?
Oh,
to
you know what? That's the thing about me, T Smooth. I'm always moving and shaking. So currently, right now, obviously, my main objective is to push my second offering album. That's my top priority. But I definitely have shows lined up. I'm going to be posting about those very soon. I'm also in connection, doing a lot of collaborations with some artists over in Europe, some artists also in Africa. So I've got a few things working for me right now, and then I'm working on my third project. So I've been working really diligently to have some stuff ready. But for now, a lot of performances coming up to promote this current record.
All right, before we let you go, I'm going to let the listeners be familiar with one of your favorites that you mentioned. And we're going to play the track Surrender.
Okay.
When you get back, we'll talk a little bit more. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's one of Krishawna's favorite tracks from one of her albums, and it's entitled Surrender.
Hey.
Hey, this is your girl, Krishawna, and you're locked in to the Gentleman of Soul, T Smooth, inside the Smooth Cabin and the home of horizontal niceness.
Do you know what team you're on? I got to know. Who in here has a kingdom call? I got to know. Tell me, are you in position? I got to know. Or do you need the world's permission? I got to know. Whatever you want, Lord, you know I will comply. Whatever you need, here I am, just use my life. Whatever you want, Lord, you know I'll do your will. Whatever you need, I surrender. Is this the kind of fame that you wanna gain? I got to know. Is your soul really worth the pain?
Fire, baby.
Tell me where you wanna go. I got to know. 'Cause hell and heaven's knocking at your door. I got to know. Whatever you want, yeah. Lord, you know I will comply. Whatever you need, here I am, just use my life. Whatever you want, yeah. Lord, you know I'll do your will. Whatever you need, I surrender. I give you every part of me. I surrender. Anything you need from me. I surrender. Lord, I give it all today. I surrender. I surrender. I give it all to you. I surrender. No one can do me like you do. I surrender. I give it all.
Taken from her debut album, Full Disclosure. If you've not already got this in your collection, why? Why not? I featured this last year and it was a nominee for Album of the Year. She's also now been nominated for a second year with her brand new album, Second Offering. We'll play a track of that in a little while. Krishawna. I'm so tempted to get you to sing, but hey, we won't do that tonight. So I won't put you in that position. I don't want to give you too many pressure questions already. But Krishawna, what words of wisdom, what nuggets of wisdom would you give to any young, aspiring singers out there in the independent world right now?
You know, words of wisdom or a word of wisdom that I would give to aspiring artists today is to make sure that you write the vision out. You want to make it plain, create the plan, follow it, be consistent, and execute. You got to be committed to what you're doing, even in ups and downs. Stay committed, but have a plan. If you have a plan in place and you follow it and you execute it and you stay committed, the sky is not even the limit. You can go far beyond that.
See? Krishawna just said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You're planning to fail, basically. So basically, set your goals, follow your aspirations. Your dreams will come true with consistency and determination. I really love that. I do love that. I think I might get you to do a jingle in that one as well. Krishawna, where can everybody find you when they're ready to listen? I'm going to put up your link that you sent to me earlier on. But if you could just let everybody know where they can find your music, find you when they're ready on your social media platforms.
Absolutely. So everyone, you can find me on my Linktree. I'm on every social site that you can think about. Universally, it'll be Krishawna or Krishawna Music. I'm on Facebook as Krishawna or Krishawna Music, or you'll see Krishawna Sade on there. But anytime you type in Krishawna, you'll be able to find me. I'm on Instagram as Krishawna Music, Facebook Krishawna Music. You'll also find me on my Twitter handles and my Snapchat handles, Krishawna. So literally, if you even just type in my name for Google, I will pop up. You'll be able to have access to all my music. But my Linktree, that has everything. So you'll be able to find me on there.
Absolutely beautiful. So did you get that, folks? I hope you all did shorthand. But don't worry, when I post the show after, I will put up all Krishawna's links on my post so you can actually find her. I'll send the global one. It takes you to everything. You even find a little mini clip when she did her tour here. I found it today.
Hey!
I saw that. Oh, what, she was here?
Hey!
Wow.
CT Smoke, you putting all the stops. Go ahead,
then. There you go. And I'm not gonna miss you the next time you come here.
That's it. Because I'm gonna be T-Smooth. I'm gonna be looking for you. Like, hey, where you at?
You'll find me. I'll be front and center. I promise you.
Yes.
But before you go, I'm gonna play one of my favorite tracks off your new album, and the track is entitled "Too Much."
I love Too Much.
I'm an old school groover, and when you did the cover of this one, I thought, yes. I love this tune.
Yes.
This is Krishawna's. Before she says her goodbyes, let's serenade her with her own tune.
Oh, thank you.
Her brand new album.
Thank you so much.
I can't stand no fake. Get on out my face. All you do is hate. Now you wanna say I'm your friend, do you like me? Cut it out 'cause you're lying. Why you wanna try me? I'm on, you can't deny me. I'm too much, I'm just too much for you. I'm too much, I'm just too much for you. Baby, I'm too much for you. Baby, put me on a plane, hell on anything. No matter where you place me, you cannot replace me. Guided from the top, I'm filled with the lie. Love is real, not make-believe. Be careful with your hate for me. I'm too much, I'm just too much for you. I'm too much, I'm just too much for you. Baby, I'm too much for you. Nothing I do takes away from you. I'm blessed, it's true, and there's room for I dedicate my heart, I give all my time, raise up the level and we'll waste no time. We can get along and build something strong. Let's get it together.
T Smooth, give it to me.
I love it, love it, love it. I love the production, I love the vocals. I just love this song. Track entitled Too Much, Krishawna, from a brand new album, Second Offering. And as I said earlier on, I featured your album as a 3 from 1 when it came out, and that automatically puts it in as a nomination for a show that I do at the end of the year called Album of the Year.
Yes.
So it is now in there. Around about November, I'll start doing a rundown of all the albums that have been featured, and the public actually vote. The listeners actually vote. And my peers vote for the Album of the Year. And whoever wins gets a nice little T-Smooth trophy and all the rest of it. And we bring them on the show. And I just say thank you for your music and all that stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yes.
People,
yes.
I'll be playing this throughout the course of the year, so people are still familiar. Music like this doesn't die. It's timeless. So T-Smooth is going to make sure that time ticks with your music.
I appreciate you so much. I really do. I want to say thank you for taking the time to reach out to me, for having me. It really means so much. I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you for playing my music. Thank you for supporting me. And thank you for the love, like literally and seriously. I truly feel it. I'm grateful. Thank you so much.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And before I let you go, I just want to say thank you. A heart of love going out for you for taking the time to come out and share your musical knowledge and love with us here in the Smooth Cabin, right here on Rosso Radio Live. And I'm not going to lose you. You are on my contact list now. So I'll be
you're not. You're not.
I'm going to keep in touch on a regular basis. I have something
please do.
I'm planning in the year. It's a planning motion, but I will contact you.
Please.
You know, so hopefully we can work together. And
I'll actually email you too, so you have my direct dial contact as well, for sure.
Lovely. So we're connected now.
Yes, for life.
That's been God blessed, and it's not going nowhere. Krishawna, I want to say thank you so much. I love your music and I love you.
My pleasure.
Thank you for doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. As you know, I've got to prepare myself now for Meli'sa Morgan, who's coming in at the top of the hour. So, and if you want, you can stick around and collaborate with her later on. But we're going to give the listeners some music in the meanwhile. Once again, thank you, my darling. It's been a pleasure. The mellow side of Krishawna.
Yeah.
A little track entitled I Ain't. I like to listen to this, especially when I'm cuddling with my duvet.
Any other cheek that gets hot, 'cause I get weak, testing my patience, trying to see if I'ma slip up so you can talk about me. I ain't trying to walk through that door, tired of the dogs in my back door. In my business, wanna ruin my witness, but I ain't having that, no. I ain't trying to walk through that door, tired of the dogs in my back door. In my business, wanna ruin my witness, but I won't fall for the trap, no. Oh yeah. All eyes on me. friends too. I try to control myself, that don't always go well. I'm trying to stay safe and keep the faith. I don't wanna fail. I ain't trying to walk through that door. Tired of the darks in my back. In my business, wanna ruin my witness. I ain't having that. No, I ain't trying to walk through that door. Tired of the darks in my back. In my business, wanna ruin my witness. But I won't fall for the trap.
I want to say good evening again to Stephen, my sister El Ray, birthday lady Paula Paris, Jane Udell, the boss lady Miss Melody, Lorena. Good evening and welcome going out to each and every one of you.
I'm just trying to be the best person. Don't push me to the worst version.
Lovely Krishawna. I ain't. But we've still got plenty to go. We've got Meli'sa Morgan coming up later in the show. We've still got the Horizontal Zone. I'm going to try and squeeze in this week's 3 from 1. If not, we'll put it over till next week as we do. And when we're in good company, anything can happen. But in the meanwhile, the good music continues right here inside the Smooth Cabin with T Smooth on rawsoulradiolive.com. It's a Thursday, and this is how we like to do it. Something brand new from Ellis Hall III. Producer, singer, songwriter. Yeah, and you guessed it. He'll be on my platform real soon.
I could never feel this way for another. Can't imagine no one else for a lover. You're my girl, that's the way it's gotta be. Without you, that just can't be. I could never feel this way for another. Can't imagine no one else for a lover. You're my girl, that's the way it's gotta be. Without you, that just can't be. There ain't no formula to this, baby. We got to work it out our way. People wanna get involved and mess around with the way we play.
Oh my God.
T Smooth, give it to me.
I could never feel this way for another. Can't imagine no one else for a lover. You're my girl, that's the way it's gotta be. Without you, that just can't be.
Roomies, I see you.
Never feel this way for
Jane Udell.
Can't imagine no one else for a lover. You're my girl, that's
Fiery Muges lighting up the screen.
that just can't be. There ain't no formula to this, baby. We got to work it out our way. People wanna get involved and mess around with the way we play. Oh, baby, I love it when it works alright. I've been waiting for such a long time for someone like you. I can never feel this way for another. Can't imagine no one else for a lover. You're my girl, that's the way it's gotta be. Without you, that just can't be. Yeah, I never wanted to commit, baby, but now you won me over completely. All the time you said to me, without you, that just can't be. Oh, baby, love it when it works alright. I've been waiting for such a long time for someone like you. I can never feel this way for another. Can't imagine no one else for a lover. You're my girl, that's the way it's gotta be. Without you, that just can't be. I can never feel this way for another. Can't imagine no one else for a lover. You're my girl, that's the way it's gotta be. Without you, that just can't be.
Yeah, I can never feel this way for another, no way. If it's real, she don't play. If it's real, she gon' stay. Okay, never enough. Where the recipe for pure bliss and ecstasy, especially a child of destiny. Let it be all I need. Gotta want each other like we wanna breathe. Oxygen, true indeed. I can spend all week thinking in between the sheets. Once we in them, we forget the blues and let the rhythm speak. No temptations. My girl make me feel this way on cloudy days. She the sun rays, month of May when
brand new sounds sounds from Mr. Ellis Hall the third. For another.
I'll be the one with a queen by my side, never behind.
Sounds of the Smooth Cabin, T Smooth on RawSoulRadioLive.com. Once again, many thanks going out to the lovely Krishawna for spending some time and sharing her story with us here in the cabin. Up next and waiting in the wings, we've got the lovely, the songstress, singer-songwriter, the beautiful lady known as Miss Meli'sa Morgan, coming up right after this one. UK sounds of Ella May. And she says, beautiful days. And we're having such a beautiful day. We've got Meli'sa Morgan in the house.
Someday I hope to be somebody's wife. These random musings, creator choose him this time. As I focus on the now, like Tolly told me, a new earth, a fluent bird that speaks of love. Perches on my window, am I dreaming again? Yeah, I think so. It flows to me, proceeds to speak, loving critique. Don't you know the world is at your feet? Don't you know that what you ask for, it will come to be? A beautiful day's lie ahead, it seems. I affirm that life, I affirm that dream. A beautiful day's lie ahead, it seems. I affirm that life, I affirm that dream. I can see the sun, I can see the sun, I can see the sun. Yeah, it shines my eyes, yeah, it shines my eyes, yeah, it shines my eyes. Lover man, there you are. Grab my hand in full sight, and I won't fight no more. Let fall my prayer has come to light. You sigh, a deep relief, you can rest your feet. The search is complete. The bird said we meet to know. The beautiful days lie ahead, it seems. I affirm that life, I affirm that dream. Beautiful days lie ahead, it seems.
UK talent, the sounds of Ella May. What a beautiful tune, beautiful days. We're definitely going to have a beautiful time right inside the Smooth Cabin. If you're on the Mixcloud, you should be able to see all the connections you can make to contact Meli'sa. So what we're going to do, we're going to do this.
Yo, it's Razan.
Appreciate this one. Hi, this is Meli'sa Morgan, and I love the company of the Gentleman of Soul, T Smooth, in the place to be, the Smooth Cabin, independent soulful sounds to get you horizontal.
Meli'sa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you nice and clear. Good evening, Meli'sa. Oh, hi. How you doing? Welcome to Smooth Cabin on RawSoulRadioLive.com. It's such a pleasure.
Oh,
an
thank
honor
you.
to
Thank
have
you.
your company. Oh, I'm goosebumping all over here because I've been listening to your music from the first album, my early days of DJing out on the road and Fool's Paradise and all the rest of it. But hey,
nice.
It's gonna be fun.
Thank
hearing your
you.
story here on the platform. It's
Okay.
an honor and an absolute pleasure to have you.
Thank
on the
you.
show. Thank you for taking the time out and for doing this. I'm chuffed. How are you, and how you been coping through this global issue that we've been having for the last couple of years?
Well, I'm doing good. I'm at my house in South Carolina. We basically stayed in South Carolina during the pandemic because there's only 32,000 people in this city.
Wow.
So we zooted out of New York, and we stayed here the whole 2 years, and we just loved it. I'm just thank God that my family left me this house, and I renovated it. And when the pandemic hit, we had someplace really nice and comfortable to stay. So yeah, so I have my place in New York, but it just wasn't
You have
safe
to
to
get out
be
of there.
there.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
get out of there and go to the quieter climes. Yeah, I hear you.
Yes.
I do hear that. So
Yes.
now, Meli'sa, I know your story. I've grown with your story. But for our
Okay.
listeners out there, for the youngsters, shall we say, tell them a little bit about who you are, where you are, your journey, how it began. Where would you like to
Oh.
start?
Well, I was born and raised. I'm Meli'sa Morgan. I was born Joyce Meli'sa Morgan, and I was born and raised in Queens, New York, Corona, Queens, New York, and a lovely neighborhood. And my family was a tight knit family. They had parties every weekend, house parties. Uh, and me and my sister, when I was about 8 years old, we would get dressed in my mother's clothes, and we would sing in the living room. Yeah, and
I'm picturing this now
yeah,
in that era there.
yeah, RESPCT, find out what it means to me. RES, you know what I'm saying? At
So
eight
that's
years
what you was
old.
listening to around about. Yeah, it's around about some
Yeah, yeah.
Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight sort of era. Oh
Yes,
wow,
yes.
the good times.
And my mother said if we did good and performed in front of the family, because they had the round robin with the house parties, that she would take us to amateur night at Showtime at the Apollo. Of course, she never did.
Oh,
but
that's
but
naughty, mommy bribery.
no, she was a mess, but I just kept singing and enjoyed singing. My sister went on to something else. She was like, I can't do this no more because she was older than me, so she wanted to hang out with her friends. But I kept singing, and then my mom saw something about community gospel choir in the neighborhood looking for singers, and she just grabbed me and took me up there and said, "Here, take her."
Wow.
And that's where I met Honret Washington, who was the musical director of the choir. And every Saturday, I would go there. Yeah. And she taught me everything I know. The first time she heard me sing, she gave me a song called I Must Tell Jesus. And she said, go home and learn it. And I learned the song, and I came back and I sang it to her. She said, excuse me for a minute. And so Miss Honret went out with her mother, and they were in the hallway just like smiling because I learned the song exactly like the record. She was like, oh my God, we got somebody who can really sing. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how you became front and center of the choir.
Yeah.
Oh
And then
wow,
she came
amazing.
back and she said, you did an amazing job learning the song the way that the young lady, sang it on the record. She said, now we have to bring out how you would sing. We got to bring out Meli'sa. We got to bring out Joyce. And that's what she did. Yeah.
Wow,
So that's kind of like the beginning. Yeah.
you see, I'm so jealous of the stories I hear of the American artists and stuff. How the church brought out
Oh, yes.
they went into the church as a caterpillar, and their musical voices came out and blossomed as butterflies. And
Yes.
you went on from strength to strength because you actually was from the choir. You ended up in a group in the early
Yeah.
'80s, didn't you? So tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about that. Tell us a little bit about that journey.
Yeah, so then I kept singing, and then there was a group that was looking for singing. By this time, I'm doing talent shows in school, and I'm in like high school, like junior high school, and there was somebody said, "Oh, well, they're looking for a singer, Meli'sa. You should go and audition." And I went and auditioned, and I made a group called Business Before Pleasure. And it was so funny because they played clubs and stuff like that, but I was really too young
Yeah,
to
mommy's
play
not going to
clubs.
let you go to
Yeah,
clubs, is she?
yeah. So they had to ask my dad permission, and my dad and my mom, would go to the clubs with me while I sang, and then take me home. Yeah, that's
Wow.
fun.
So I'm reading your information that you started with a lead singer of a group as well called Shades of Love.
Oh, Shades of Love.
And then you moved on to High Fashion, and then you went into your
Yeah.
solo career.
Well, that was so what happened is after Business Before Pleasure, see, I graduated high school when I was 16. So
You
I went
graduated
to
early.
yeah, almost 15 and a half, 16. So I went to Canada with them, and toured Canada for a little while and made money, and it didn't work out, and I came back home and I started doing sessions when I came home. My first session was with Debbie Allen from the group Fame. Yeah, Debbie Allen and her husband. They were looking to do new young artists and get record deals, and it didn't work out, but it was good. And she recommended me to go sing with this one and go sing with that one, and I wind up singing at a session with my friend Don Hamilton and Cookie Watkins for Patrick Adams. And
It's a name I remember reading on some album covers from back in the day.
yeah, for Patrick Adams. And we did this song called "Keep in Touch, Body to Body." Yeah, and that was the Shades of Love. Yeah, and but there was no group. I was just in the studio, and the lead singer didn't show up, and they said, "Well, do you want to, sing the lead?" And Don was like, "Well, I can't sing it because I'm a male," and Cookie was like, "Well, I can't sing it because it's not in my key." So they was like, "You want to sing it, Meli'sa?" And I was like, "Sure," and I got paid $50 extra to sing it. And two weeks later, it was on. No, I got $50 to sing the background part and $75 to do the lead. So I made $125 that day. I thought I was rich.
Wow.
So
With inflation, that's quite a bit of money back in the days, isn't it?
yeah, but then 2 weeks later, it's on the radio, and it's like, what?
It did quite well when it came out. Was it 1982? Wasn't it? Or right about that?
Yeah, it went number one. Yeah, it went number one. It's like, oh my God, there's no group. So they tried to put together a group with, some singers and singer dancers, I call them. They really can't sing, but they could dance and do all that. And it just didn't work out for me because they couldn't sing. So my friend, who was a booking agent, he said, "Well, I can book you as the lead singer of Shades of Love." And that's what he did. And I worked all over New York and everywhere doing that song. And then after that, then it was High Fashion with another studio group. Yeah.
Okay, these are all studio bands, yeah.
Yeah, me, Allison Williams. I keep forgetting the name of the guy who was in the group because I really only met him like once. But me and Allison are great friends, Allison Williams, yeah. And we did High Fashion. And we did like maybe one show. We never toured or anything with that, but it did good on the charts. Yeah.
That's lovely. Was the guy, the name you're trying to think of, was it Eric McClinton?
Yes, Eric. Yeah. I only met him like one time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but everyone always talks, especially in the UK, they always talk about High Fashion and coming over there and doing it. And it was like, we never even worked together as a group like that. We did it in the studio, and we did maybe one gig, and that was about it.
It shows the impact of that song, how it had on the UK audience at the time.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll go over there and sing it, one of my shows or something. Because I'm big over there. Yeah, they love me in the UK. Yeah.
We know. I know you do. You got to tell us more about some of the session singers. I'm seeing some amazing names: Melba Moore, Whitney Houston, Shaka Khan, Kashif, Prince, Gladys Knight,
Jocelyn Brown.
Oh wow! I mean, touching the tip of the iceberg. What was it like? Try and give us a flavor of what it was like during that time, performing with these iconic names, plus yourself.
Well, see, they wasn't iconic. Well, Jocelyn Brown in the studio. Whitney wasn't even Whitney when I did her first album, and it was because I was working with Kashif that I was able to work with her. And he was like, "I'm going in, I'm doing 2 songs of Whitney, and I want you to sing background with her." And it was like, "Well, okay, who's Whitney?" And, you know, I was like, who's Whitney?
Wow.
You know? And they said, oh, well, that's Sissy Houston's daughter. It's like, oh, well, we know Sissy Houston. We heard of her with the Inspirations. Who was it? Yeah, she sang background with Elvis Presley and all of them. Sweet Inspiration. That's who she was with. Yeah.
That's right.
And so I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm looking forward to see. And she came in, and she's tall. She's taller than me because I'm 5'6". She was like 6. You know, almost 6 feet. Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's taller and she's skinnier than me. Because I was skinny then, you know what I'm saying? And she's skinnier than me. And we just blended. And I just tell you Whitney Houston's story. When she came in, she was on the phone. It was one, you know, they had those kind of big cell phones then. She, Mom, if you keep telling these people from church to call me, I'm changing my number. And I'll change my number so you can't reach me either. I said, who is she talking to? She said, I'm talking to my mom, Meli'sa. I was like, you can't talk to your mom like that.
Young Whitney.
All right. I said, yes, I can. Because she keeps having the church people, and then she keeps giving them my number, and I'm going to change my number. You know, and, okay, you ready to go in the studio and sing? I was like, well, okay.
That's an anecdote to take away. Wow, that's great. I mean, you must have so many memories with these artists and stuff.
Yeah.
Didn't you perform on Broadway with Gladys Knight and stuff, and then something happened after that?
Yes, I was with Kashif, because Kashif was, he kind of took me under his wings as his go-to background singer. You know, anytime he was in the studio and he needed a singer, he'd call me. He just liked my voice. He said, your voice is perfect for backgrounds and for recording. And he just liked it. And he would layer my voice. He's the first person that I work with that would layer your voice, like sing it again. And next thing you know, you had 10 tracks of your voice and he put it all together. And oh, it's just beautiful. So that's where I learned how to layer my vocals. But he went out on tour because I was on most of his songs, and he went out on tour and asked me to tour with him. And we opened for Gladys Knight and the Pips. Yes, one of their last tours that they did together. And we were supposed to do Broadway, and they got canceled because she had a sore throat. And then the date got made up, and so we went and we did 3 nights with her on Broadway. And his management, Hush Productions, who's also Melba Moore's husband at the time, her company, they were there at the show. And so as I'm walking backstage to go to my room, they go, Meli'sa, come here, let us talk to you. And was Bo and Charles Huggins, and they said, well, you didn't sing background with everyone. Don't you think you want to do your own thing? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'd love to. You know, what do you got in mind? You know, they said, well, come in the office tomorrow, because it was a Sunday night. They said, come in the office tomorrow and we'll talk. And I said, okay. And they said, come in the office about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whenever you get up. And I went in the office, and they literally offered me a deal right there with Capitol Records. Yeah, and so I basically signed with them the next day. They're
like fairy tale stories, and then the rest was all history.
And the rest is history.
Before we go any further, I want the listeners to hear your brand new song, Footprints of an Angel. Then we're going to talk a little bit about that one. We're going to delve a little deeper into the lady known as Meli'sa Morgan.
That's
Ladies and gentlemen, for your ears, listening pleasure, the brand new sounds of Meli'sa Morgan. Her latest song, Footprints of an Angel. Wrap your ears around this one.
From the day you told me you only had a little time, I easily started feeling lonely. The thought never crossed my mind. Never tears are rolling down my eyes. Happiness is sadness in the skies. I can't imagine being on this earth without you. It hurts so bad. Can't sleep, can't breathe, knowing you will not be here with me. Yeah. Oh, oh.
Your tones are so hypnotic. I'm getting carried away here. Footprints of an Angel, Meli'sa Morgan's brand new single.
You'll always be my angel.
Oh, what a tune! What a tune! Listen, dude, tell us a little bit more about this album, this single, because it's been a little while now since you've been away from us. You've been hiding those talents away and those tones. But we're so glad to have them back. But do tell us the background story of this track.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I got a call to do a movie. Yeah, and the movie is called Footprints of an Angel. And I got a call to do the movie before the pandemic. And they said, we want you to play the mother. And I told us, the first thing I said, how old is the mother? And they said, oh, no, she's a younger mother, but she ages 15 years through the movie. I said, okay, my fans can understand that. Yeah. So we worked out everything, and then the pandemic hit. And so they was like, oh my goodness, do you have to come back to New York during the pandemic? Because I had to record the song that I was going to sing, and I had to do my scenes. So we flew back into New York after 8 months. And when I tell you, it was desolate. I mean, in Manhattan, there was no one there. All the parking lots, all the hotels, everything was closed. It just was so spooky and scary. But we went in the studio. I sang my song, and then we did my scenes in a church and in a house in Bayside, New York. So it worked out really great. And after the scenes, I came back home and I was like, you guys need a theme song for this. And the director and the gentleman, Tremar Pettaway, who wrote the story, said, okay, well, if you write something and it's good, we'll use it. So all weekend long, I was listening to David Ruffin, and I don't know why. David Ruffin came on everywhere, that I was listening to. The Temptations and David Ruffin. David Ruffin and his solo career. David Ruffin and, the things he had went through. So I listened to all that, and I was like, wow, if I could do a female David Ruffin vocal in 2022, how awesome would that be? And so I was like, okay, I had that idea. Right after that, Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing came on YouTube. And I was like, wow, if I could just get the beginning of Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing and sing this melody that I have in my head and all that, on this, like David Ruffin, we could have something. Well, my fiance, Sebastian Thomas, he does beats. So when he came home, I was like, I want this part of the song because we're going to do something with it, So he did it for me, and we started working on the song. And he's more into rap, and hip hop, really rap and hip hop, like Drake and everything new now.
Such a mellow tone.
Yeah. So when I would sing something like the way I would normally sing, it's like, nah, you got to break it up a little bit, do it like this, this, that. And we put it all together and went in the studio. And here you have Footprints of an Angel. And the movie comes out this summer. And I'm co-starring.
Wow.
Yes.
Is that a Netflix production or an independent production? Will we be
It's independent, but I think it's going to be, he said Netflix and probably Hulu or however they do their deals. But yeah, it's coming out this summer.
Oh, wow. When it comes out, I'm coming back to you. You're going to tell us more about the movie and the
Yes. Yes. It's a riveting story, and that's where Footprints came from. But we wanted to let Footprints, the song, stand on its own. So he's like, okay, so we're going to release it before the movie comes out, and kind of like you said, re-put me back into the industry because I'm the power behind it. So you didn't want just the movie to come in, oh, she got a new song, and then you just, so they was like, well, we want to reintroduce you and let people that love you know you are part of this. So
how have you found the transition coming back into are you back in as an independent artist, or you still got a major label behind you?
No, this is my label, Asylum Productions. Yeah, this is on my label. And it's been wonderful, the reception. just everybody's like, oh, we're glad you're back. But I really didn't go anywhere. It's just that maybe what
We've
I was,
missed you.
yeah, maybe what I was releasing you didn't like as much.
So
You know?
how do you feel about the current music scene now that you're sort of coming back into as an independent artist yourself? How do you feel the scene is compared to the major labels that you've been performing with in your earlier career?
You know what? It's time to. This is what I feel about it. It's time to put on your big girl pants and take control of your own career, because the big labels aren't like they used to be. They used to take care of you. They used to, you know, take you in and baby you. They really did. They, you know, Capitol would take you in, give you money, and then pay for everything and pay for you to go on tour, and you know, and you made all this money, and then you went back and said, I want more money.
It must be a weird transition for you as well, because I mean, as you said, the major record labels used to sort of like babysit you.
They
Now that
did.
you're out there on your own and record labels are not as prolific as they were before, you're now
Yeah.
doing what they would do for you, for yourself.
But you know what? I love it because of the internet and what's happening now. Uh, that field is a little bit easier for you to do, rather than if it was back then, you wouldn't have been able to do it. There was no, you know, Distro Kid and all that stuff that said put it on streaming. There was none of that before, so you would have just been blind and lost. You still needed a you know, even P. Diddy and all of them that got their own label, they still needed the distribution of a major label. Now, because of Footprints, you know, I know I'm going to get major distribution because they're already calling, say, you know, I say we want this in our stable, but we wouldn't have been able to stand on our own as strongly, you know, back then as we are now. Yeah.
Goes to show the dynamics have completely changed.
Yes,
They haven't adapted, but you have.
yeah, the streaming and you know the Vivo. I now have my own Vivo channel and the YouTube and everything. The platform to be seen and get your stuff out there is bigger. Now I can hire my own, you know, promotion guy and say, you know, let's do this. Whereas before, the numbers would have been astronomical. Yeah.
So for your projects going forward, you're a singer-songwriter, so you're now singing. Are you writing your own stuff? What about the production side of it as well? Are you
Oh yeah, yeah.
controlling that as well? You're doing the whole caboodle.
Yeah, that's all my production. And I must say that I have really done well with myself with my publishing and producing and arranging and keeping all those rights to myself. Even as an artist on Capitol, now almost 30 years later, I'm now receiving artist money because I dotted my I's and crossed my T's. And it's a lot of artist money. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen some stories of some bad contracts.
Yes, I was amazed. I was like, you know, just this year, it's like, oh, we have a check for you, Miss Thing, waiting. You know, and it's like, well, where did that come from? I'm already with Universal, and they're like, no, this is not your publishing. This is your artist stuff, because now Universal has bought Capitol, and you know, this money was sitting there waiting for me, and they sent it. So yeah, so I tell everyone that's coming in this industry, don't get bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Dot those I's and cross those T's and make sure that, you know, you might not get it right away, but make sure that money comes back to you that you deserve.
You sort of got into the next question I was going to ask you. What's the best advice you would give aspiring singers right about now?
Yeah, aspire to be a singer, but aspire to be a business person more than a singer. Know your business, know your contracts, know what you're signing. There's so many people that sign stuff and they sign away their publishing and sign away their artist royalties and you know, because they just want to, you know, be famous. I think, if I'm not mistaken, even Megan Thee Stallion went through something like that recently. Yeah, you know, you gotta know what you do. We go to school to learn, you know. So when you want to be in the music industry, especially, you know, a business like this that could rob you like that, you know, you have to learn. You have to say, okay, I want to be in it, but Let me learn about contracts. Let me see what my lawyer is doing. Let me see how my accountant is managed the money. Let me make sure, as Oprah Winfrey said, make sure you know where every dollar is going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
count your pennies and the dollars will look after themselves.
That's right. My girlfriend says that, she says, well, Lisa, I think you saved the first penny you ever made. Jolene, I don't know. No.
I'm gonna try and ask you. I know it's probably be a difficult question for you to answer.
Okay.
Over your long and beautiful career, give us a couple of your favorite moments that comes to your mind and that resonates with you
Oh my
today.
God. Well, first, of course, touring and touring with Shaka Khan in the beginning. Yeah, when they called me to sing background and tour with her, because she was still, she's my idol. Uh, uh, when I was at the Cellar and I was singing with Johnny Kemp, Patti LaBelle walked in. And she says, she comes in and she says, "You're the girl that my hairstylist told me sings 'If Only You Knew' better than me. Let me hear you." You know what I'm saying? And
On the
I
spot.
sang, yeah, and I sang "If Only You Knew." And she came on the stage and sang with me. And she's been my auntie ever since. I have toured with her. I recently, a couple of years ago, toured with her in the UK doing the O2 and what's that, Wembley Arena. Yeah, we did all of that.
Wembley and L2, yeah.
Yes, yes. So she has been just such an inspiration for me. Um, uh, just the first time I went to London and toured was wonderful for me. Yeah, I wanted to meet the Queen.
Good luck with that one.
Yeah. They said you can't meet the Queen, but you can stand by the
Stand by the front
security.
door, yeah.
Yeah, stand by the security a second. But I was like, I want to meet the Queen. Little did I know.
Melissa, I could talk to you all night. I've got a couple more questions to ask
Sure.
you. First and foremost, let everybody know where they can find your music, get in touch with you, your social media handles. I
Okay.
think I've got something I can help with that as well. As you tell
Yeah.
me.
Well, YouTube, we're so great. The video, the song that you heard, "Footprints of an Angel," has a video out, and it's on my YouTube channel, Meli'sa Morgan, Melisamorgan, and they have the accent mark in there. And it's on my Vivo channel. I have my own Vivo channel too, and it's doing well. Each channel has over right now about we're about to hit 30,000 views on each one, and the video has only been out like 3 weeks. So
3 weeks, yeah.
yeah, so we're excited.
That's
But you
excellent
can,
news.
yeah, you can reach me on all Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all that. All you have to do is put in Melisamorgan, and my face will pop up. Just don't put two L's and two S's, because then I won't pop up. Melisamorgan, and I'm on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Alignable, everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, did you get that, folks? If not,
Yeah.
I'll be putting this show up for everybody to listen to after, so you can take notes if your writing wasn't fast enough. Melissa, I'm just going to ask you one more question. It's in
Sure.
regards to our brother, rest in peace, our brother Prince. I know that you had a good friendship and relationship with Prince.
Yeah.
Can you give some insight in this story? 'Cause I know you did a cover. I've got a little tune playing, sort of resonating in the background, which you covered, which was
Yeah.
his "Do Me Baby."
Yes. Well, you know what? Prince didn't give me "Do Me Baby." It was the record president of Capitol Records when I
Okay.
went in and signed with Hush. When I signed with Hush on that Monday that I told you about, they told Capitol, okay, we have a R&B female artist that's going to be on Capitol. And the president at the time had "Do Me Baby" on hold for 2 years. And yes, and his time was up. And he said, well, the next R&B artist, female that I signed, has got to do that song. And that was me. So that's how I got to do Me Baby. Now, after it came out and went number one for like 4 weeks, then they arranged for me to meet Prince at a Lionel Richie concert at the Hollywood Bowl in Los Angeles. And this is a funny story. It really is a funny story because I used to love North Beach leather. So I walk into backstage to meet him in all my leather, you know what I'm saying? You can't tell me. And guess what? He has on leather and heels too.
No way. No way.
He has on leather and heels too. I'm like, no, you did. No, you did. I'm thinking I'm flying. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's fabulous.
So he said, thank you for making a great record. And I was like, no, it was your record. He said, no, but you made it great. You know, so that was a real nice compliment for him. He never let me take a picture with him though, but he would invite me to his events and stuff. And I actually saw him a couple of weeks before he passed away. He invited me to a showcase because he was releasing an album on his new group, the group that played behind him. I don't remember the name of the group, but he was releasing an album on them, and they did a nice showcase in New York, and he invited me. Yeah, and I got to talk to him, and I was like, I want to see you live in concert again. He was like, okay, I'm going to get you some tickets. And like 2 weeks later, he passed away. That's like crazy, right? Yeah. Yeah, so rest in peace, Prince.
Rest in peace, my brother.
He's now our Footprints of an Angel. You see what I'm saying? That's what that song is about. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Meli'sa, time has taken us away. It's been an absolute pleasure having you inside the Smooth Cabin. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And, you know, I'm sure when the film comes out, and I know there'll be more projects coming out soon, I'll be reaching out to you.
You will.
To get in touch with you again.
You promise? You promise?
I
Okay.
absolutely promise. Cross my heart. If I could come out there and do it personally, I'd do it personally.
Okay. And you keep playing Footprints of an Angel. Yes.
I will do. I will do.
Yes.
I promise
Thank
you.
you, T Smooth. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Bye, guys.
Meli'sa Morgan, and she's going to leave us with her cover of her track, Do Me Baby. Thank you, Meli'sa. Good night. God bless.
Thank you. God bless. We'll talk soon, okay? Bye-bye.
The lovely, lovely Meli'sa Morgan inside the Smooth Cabin with T Smooth. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I'm chuffed.
Here we are in this big old empty room, staring each other down. You want me just as much as I want you. Let's stop fooling around. Take me, baby. Kiss me all over. Honey, play with my love. Bring out.
I want to say many thanks going out to Krishawna and Meli'sa Morgan for joining T Smooth inside the Smooth Cabin. What two beautiful ladies. More interviews inside the Smooth Cabin to come over the forthcoming weeks. We've got Janetta Wynn in the house next week. As time has speedily slipped away, we're going to go inside one of the 3 from ones I was going to feature this week. It's from an album simply entitled In by Locked. First track, number 1 of 3. Once again, good evening to all the cabineers. Thank you for your ears. Thank you for your company. Khalees, El Ray, Paula Paris, Miss Melody, Paul Ware, Lorena, P for Soul.
We were spacing out, drowned in our trouble.
Heart to love to each and every one of you.
Hours turn on weekends, it don't end our weakness. We addicted to leaving, in the odd way we keeping. We can't tell the time, we can tell a lie. When we say goodbye, swearing it's the last time. Knowing that some days, pulling up on Sunday, it's always a fun day. At least that's what some say. But there's something about you. This one thing I know to be true. vulnerable, defenses hit the ground. I was spend the weekend
Fire, baby.
so deep in our feelings, to the basement's the ceiling. Body saying go, cemented to the flow. The lights and the lights low, when the midnight and nights low. It's always a movie between you and me. Ain't no other way, at least that's what some say. But there's something about you. There's one thing I know to be true. That there's something about you. There's one thing I know is true. Try to hide, creep on the other side, creep.
Hey, this is your girl Krishawna, and you're locked in to the Gentleman of Soul, T Smooth, inside the Smooth Cabin and the home of horizontal niceness.
T-Smooth, give it to me.
Have you ever experienced a kiss that will lift your feet right off the ground? Have you feeling like you could walk not just on water but vapor? Weightless, you've been waiting for this your entire life, and now it's here. You hang around like cumulus clouds, and I'm so glad you came. You hold me down like nails in the ground, and I won't drift away unless I'm with you. I'm sailing higher and higher with you, like a hot air balloon to the moon. Past the stars to the moon. I'm sailing higher and higher with you. I'm sailing like a hot air balloon to the moon. Your love resounds such a beautiful sound, and it won't ever change. Oh no. Your golden ground, such a rare treasure found, and I'm so glad I claim you as mine. Now I'm sailing higher and higher with you, like a hot air balloon to the moon. Past the stars to the moon. I'm sailing higher and higher with you. I'm sailing like a hot air balloon to the moon. Eyes wide, heaven side, cloud gazing. You formed right before my sight. Smile soft, spirit light. Never thought we'd be in touch because of your height. Despite your elevation, you were down to earth. Settled on me like mist on mountains at sunrise. With you in my life, I rise to my peak. Stairway to heaven just so I can peek at the future. Just over the
Paradise. Hi, this is Meli'sa Morgan, and I love the company of the Gentleman of Soul, T Smooth, in the place to be, the Smooth Cabin, independent soulful sounds to get you horizontal.
inside 3 from 1, the sounds of Locked from the album Inner.
First minute we fight, the next we catching flights. I can't even call it. You might stay the night and be out before daylight. Baby, why you running? One day you call me wife, the next you're cold as ice. Baby, why you frontin'? One day you're Mr. Right, the next I want you out my life. If I'm being honest, but it seems that we keep coming back to the same thing. But it seems that we keep going, expecting different endings. Insanity. It must be insanity. Then you were in my face, now you're crying space. When did this change happen? We were keeping pace, now we're dropping out the race. Tripped up by distractions. I'm ready to go, but my heart keeps saying no. I know that we're not finished. You say you'll walk away, but turn around and say we both know we're still in this. But it seems that we keep coming back to the same thing. But it seems that we keep going, expecting different endings. Insanity. It must be insanity. We go round and round, baby. I don't know what to say. I'm back and forth is crazy, but I still wanna stay. Yeah.
Track number 1, GAG, Grass Ain't Greener. Track number 2, Hot Air Balloon. And underneath us at the moment, the sounds of Insanity from the album Inner, Locks. Dropping it into the basket of nominations for 2022.
Know the rules, we ain't for everybody.
Good evening, going out to Bever Deer 27. Heart to love going out to you, my lovely.
We keep on
Jane Udale, I see you. Tigress, she's got me locked and loaded on the YouTube channel. How you doing, my darling?
action. We must be insane to keep playing these games. Textbook definition.
We're having so much fun with our 2 artists today, so we're having a very abbreviated horizontal zone.
Must be insane.
Don't worry, normal service will be resumed next week. So let's kick off like this. The sounds of Levin Kelly, Everything I Want. Wrap your mind, wrap your body, wrap your soul around this one.
Thing I want. Loving me like that, never knew something could feel like that.
Good evening out to my Booker family, Donna Johnson, Al Gurford, Taylor, Petros, Charles, Tony T, our very own Davina, Dr. Davina, Lady T, Chinieri.
Ooh, shots to the wiggle. Everything else is illegal. Yeah, you got that thing on you, and I know a thing or two. Hey, cut out the. Usually a nigga don't fall, you call me off guard. All about it.
What am I doing? The Ace! Ace!
El Ray, I see you, my darling. I do see you.
Everything I want. Loving me like that, never knew something could feel like that. You're everything I want. Everything I want. Want you that bad, wherever I go, I'll be right there. Not one to waste time, going straight for your waistline. No clothes on, both phones up. I'ma give you the FaceTime. Ooh, shots to the wiggle. Everything else is illegal. Yeah, you got that thing on you, and I know a thing or two. Hey. Usually a nigga don't fall, you caught me off guard. All about
Fire, baby.
Couldn't give me all that shit. I put it all down, she give it right back. She like green, showing me whole new side now. Shawty a free machine, keeping me up all night long. Cause you just like me, let the bell ring, no pepper. Oh no, I know, I got everything I want. Loving me like that, never knew something could feel like that. You're everything I want. Yeah. Want you that bad, wherever I go, I'll be right back. Everything I want.
Everything I want. Levin Cali. What a tune. Horizontal bounce inside the smooth cabin.
Hey there, this is Faith Hope, and I am chilling to the sounds of my boy T Smooth and the Smooth Cabin Experience. Come hang out with me for a little bit, alright? One love.
Yo, it's Razan here, chilling with DJ T Smooth, and he'll be getting you chilled, relaxed, and horizontal with the best in independent soul, right here in the Smooth Cabin.
Rising, I feel the warmth of your face. Girl, I'm happy that we're in this place. We're in this place. You make me feel so good. I want for you to be well. And I know you are, 'cause I can tell by the way you're loving me. Da, 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 da. I got that loving for you. Da, 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 da. I'm always thinking of you. Da, 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 dee, da. Yeah. Da, dee, da. Whoa. Da, 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 da. I got that loving for you. Da, 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 da. I'm always thinking of you. Da, 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 dee, da. Yeah, babe. Da, da, dee, yeah, babe. Listen, your wish is my obsession. I'll pleasure you in all ways. Have you thinking about this love for days? My touch you create. Let's make this a moment to remember. The two of us become
Hi, this is Selah Avery.
all through the night until we see the sun. Another night.
What am I doing? The Ace! Ace! Ace!
I know you're gonna dig this.
I know the sun is rising. I feel the warmth of your face. Girl, I'm happy that we're in this place. We're in this place. You make me feel so good. I want for you to be well. And I know you are, 'cause I can tell by the way you're loving me. Da, 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 da. I got that loving for you. Da, 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 da. I'm always thinking of you. Da, 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 dee, da. Yeah, da, dee, da. Whoa. Da, 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 da. I got that loving for you. Da, 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 da. I'm always thinking of you. Da, 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 dee, da. Yeah, babe. Da, da, dee, yeah, babe. Listen, your wish is my obsession. I'll pleasure you in all ways. Have you thinking about this love for days? My touch you create. Let's make this a moment to remember. The two of us become one. All through the night until we see the sun. Another sun. Hey, hey. Da, 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 da. I got that loving for you. Da, 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 da. I'm always thinking of you. Da, 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 da,
one. One of those tunes that just wraps you like a duvet. Sounds of Marquel Jordan. What a tune. Marina, Tigress, Belvedere, Fua, Free Spirit. Dot, dot, dot. God is love, God is love, yeah. If you're watching me on HD, you can see the goosebumps on my arm on this one.
I wanna love you, baby. I know I got the thing for you.
Penultimate tune inside the Smooth Cabin for this week. I want to say once again, many thanks going out to Krishawna, Meli'sa, Morgan for joining me inside the Smooth Cabin. Two beautiful divas, beautiful talent. Make sure you check out their songs, support the artists. Krishawna's brand new album, second offering. The brand new single, Footprints in the Night by Meli'sa Morgan.
Girl,
next week we're gonna have Juanita Win in the house. And I think something fitting that I introduce you to the song that she's coming out with. I do believe it's Friday. As I always say, sleep well, wake happy, wake with love in your heart and a smile in your hearts. Whatever you do, follow your dreams, follow your aspirations, and live your life now, because tomorrow's never promised. So T-Smooth, with those keen words ringing in your ears, just going to say good night, God bless, leaving you in the capable hands of my brother Chris Ryder and Juanita Win, who will be in the cabin next week. Take care, God bless. Chat room family, love you to the bottom of my heart. Facebookers, we'll all catch up real soon. Heart of love, family.
T-Smooth, give it to me, and give it to me good.
I wasn't nice last night, and I know it wasn't right. I said some things that I wish I could take back, babe. I took my pain out. Now I just wanna make it right. If you let me, I don't wanna take for granted what we have, and then pretend it wouldn't hurt me if you walked out that door. And I don't wanna be the reason we fall apart. So I'm gonna make it right tonight. I do remember when it was me, baby. Back when the tables were turned.
What am I doing? The Ace! Ace! Ace!
Yo, it's Razan here, chilling with DJ T-Smooth, and he'll be getting you chilled, relaxed, and horizontal with the best and independent soul, right here in the Smooth Cabin.
Hey music lovers, this is Kenya Soul Singer, and you're listening to T-Smooth and the Smooth Cabin. Music to soothe your soul and get you horizontal.
I wasn't nice last night, and I know it wasn't right. I said some things that I wish I could take back, babe. I took my pain out on you. Now I just wanna make it right. If you let me, I don't wanna take for granted what we have, and then pretend it wouldn't hurt me if you walked out that door. And I don't want